Hello and welcome back to my channel, people. And of course, as I've mentioned yesterday, today I'm going to show you what is the second purpose that we are here at the fisherman town of Sedili Besar. And first, look at this. This is how you order the food. Of course, we're here for the food. And there it is, Celup Celup 5A, which literally means dip and dip 5A. Again, how do you order your food over here? And why is it so special? A lot of people rush here from a lot of districts, other districts than this, just to get their food. And of course, you have to queue up. And here is the queue, and before that you have to just reserve your place and number before the place starts to open. So upon the calling of your number, when your queue is here, and then they will call up your name, your number, and what you do is you have to pick up your food. But of course, don't forget to bring along your number when you come to the ordering spot. What shall we order today? Yes, of course, seafood. What else is new in the fisherman town? The best thing to get is the seafood. Now, what are they going to cook for us with this marvelous array of seafood? I'll show you later, but of course now let's do our ordering. And just the guy there will take note of what you have picked up. And because they have a lot of even the same fish, but they have a different quality, which also judges them by their prices, which also tell you how much they are. And also sometimes you can see that the same species of seafood is being laid down here on the tray, but their prices are different. It is because of the difference in the freshness. Some of them are really fresh, and some of them has been on ice maybe a night before. So they have squids, cuttlefish, fish, crabs, prawns, and lots of other. Let me see, what can I tell you? Most of them are divided by sizes if you're talking about the squids. So here they are. What they do with it? Yes, of course, seafood fritters. That is what they serve over here, and why people are rushing over here, especially during the weekends. So right now, my wife is so kind as to separate them so that I can show you guys clearly what they have and how good they have fried this marvelous seafood. Yeah. So we've chosen prawns, squids or cuttlefish, sea perch, crabs. Did I say crab twice? And prawns. And here is the marvelous sea perch. And of course, we have jacks there. So what do we do with them? Of course, we eat them. What I can say about the taste of these seafood fritters are, they are fresh. Yes, of course, the way they fry it, with the flour, and it has been marinated for a few minutes, and they just deep fried them, and it is best to be served while they are hot. And of course, if you want to bring them home, it is a good idea, but it's not the best one because it's going to get what do you call that, smudgy or soggy. Yeah, soggy. And the best way to have is to have it here fresh while it's hot, and dip them in the special sauces. And yes, I'm looking around because you can see they have laid down the shades, not because that it is sunny, but because it is raining, and the wind from the ocean is blowing drips and drops of rain onto the gas. So they are trying to keep us dry in here while we enjoy this marvelous food. Well, okay, if you have been in Malaysia for a few months or weeks or even days, you will notice that we love to eat with our hands. Of course, rice and those kind of things, it's kind of special that Malaysian uses their hand to eat them. But when it comes to seafood, I believe that in other places of the world, you guys also will enjoy your seafood with your hands because it is much more convenient. Okay, let's talk about the difference of the freshness of the seafood, right? As I've mentioned just now, when we were picking up the seafood, and it was categorized by how fresh they are. But even though that our choice of the cuttlefish is not the most expensive and which means it's not the freshest of it, but still you can taste that it is very quite fresh and it's delicious. That's what I can say. Okay, right now I'm demonstrating how you eat your prawn with the skin and all because they have coated it with the nice batter and they deep fried it, and before it gets cold, that is how you eat your prawns with the skin and all because it is still crispy. Okay, about the meat of the prawn, yes, it is very firm and it is very delicious, tasty. And what else can I say? Oh yeah, about the sauces that they prepared on our tables. They have the black sauce, which is, I believe, soy sauce with chili or pepper, and they have that red chili sauce. So how you do it is that you mix them together. If you would like it to be more spicy, you add more soy sauce with the pepper, more of that and less of this chili sauce, and you will get that spiciness and heat of it. So now let's check out the calamari. Is squid called a calamari if it is fried like a fritters, or do you have to get a special recipe in order to call them that? Anyway, these squid fritters are marvelous because I love squids and cuttlefish more than prawns and crabs. And now let's go to the jackfish. Yep. So you just can eat it just like so because if it is fresh fried, so the bones and the skins are also crispy and you can just digest it and even crunch it in your mouth and it won't feel a thing rather than having a boiled fish. So here's what I think. If you would like to do a fish fritter like this, just make sure that you have fresh fishes to start with, which will have the meat deliciously natural, and you don't need to just marinate them. You just just wrap it in batter and then just deep fry them. It will taste deliciously. But beware, if you are bringing your child or children here, if you'd like them to enjoy this fish, just make sure that you peel the meat off from the bones for them, or else they're gonna choke the bones in their throat. And of course, the favorite part of a fish, the tail. So witness me eating the tail of a fried fish. So here is the beautiful crab, which is deep fried, of course, but please do not chew on their shell because it is still hard. So next is this choice of my wife's, the sea perch, which actually I do not like much because I do not like big fishes. Maybe the most I love about the taste of a fish is when it is just about 6 inches to 8 inches long and not more than that. Of course, it is finger licking good. So aside of those fritters, we also ordered for ourselves this Maggi instant noodle, which is they have kind of modified a bit to enhance it a bit with squid meat and this soft boiled egg. You see slices of calamari, which is not fried, and also these half-boiled egg, which is, I think they poach it perfectly. You can see in the center of it, the yolk is still runny, orangey, which I like. But of course, not everybody can enjoy this because some intolerant people might have tummy ache by having this kind of eggs. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to be honest about this. If it is not without this special calamari meat, I would rather have a Maggi noodle soup in a mama restaurant, because to me a mama restaurant, any mama restaurant could make a delicious Maggi noodle soup. I'm not sure how a mama restaurant does their Maggi noodle soup, but they taste so deliciously, and you can't find any other places that taste like that. Finally, the heavy rain has subsided, and as you can see, the owner and her assistants are now rolling up the shades, which will make the scenery much more beautiful, as you can view the ocean just at the, it's a walking distance or maybe a few steps to the seaside. And while the wind is still blowing comfortably into the places that the customers are sitting at, I can say that the sea breeze is contributing to the about 50% of the deliciousness of the food that they serve here. But wait, what's that? So now, if you peek down there, you may see some movement of somebody just standing there doing something. I think they are fishing something. Let's go and see. Yes, they are a couple of fishing hobbies fishing right next to this Jetty restaurant. And why do they do that? You see, they have a washing basin right on top over here, and the water that we uses to washes our hand will drip down here, which will attract the fishes to come, and the fishermen will get something like a benefit out of it, right? This is what we call the circle of life. So these guys do not need to bring a lot of baits, because practically we are baiting the fish in with what we had ordered and enjoyed, and the leftovers seems to be calling in the fishes. So here's another angle of the view of the Jetty restaurant, and there I am. So that concludes our adventure in this fishing town of Sedili Besar, and thank you for joining us, and I hope that you can join us again next time. Bye bye.